We're going to be working on multiplying and dividing integers. So go ahead and pause the video and get this chart down in your spiral, and we will continue. When we're going to remember, these rules here will go to both multiplying and dividing integers, but I'm going to spend most of the time doing multiplication. And I want you to remember that when you first started to learn how to do multiplication in second grade, your teachers talked about it as repeated addition. So if you look at the first column, 3 times 2, you learn that that was 3 groups of 2 objects. And repeated addition, it was just 2 plus 2 plus 2, and that gave you 6. Now we're going to throw some integers into the mix. So now we have -3 times 2. And I want you to remember that that -3, that is the opposite of 3. So we have the opposite of 3 groups of 2. So down here, you can see we have 2 plus 2 plus 2 in parentheses, and then we have that negative sign on the outside, which means the opposite. So if you do 2 plus 2 plus 2 in parentheses, that gets you 6. But the opposite of 6 is where you're going to get the -6. Looking at the third column, we have 3 times -2, which is 3 groups of -2. So here are your 3 groups. You have 1, 2, 3, and it's -2. And you know from your addition rules, you have -2 plus -2, which is -4, plus -2 is -6. So 3 times -2 is -6. Now the last column is -3 times -2. So going back to remembering, your -3 is the opposite of 3 groups of -2. And down here with the repeated addition, it gets a little tricky with the brackets and the parentheses, but if you look inside, you have -2 plus -2 plus -2, and on the outside is where you have your opposite. So -2 plus -2 is -4, -4 plus -2 is -6, but we want the opposite, which gets you to 6. So let's just take a look down here. We have 4 times 3. I want you to think of that as 4 groups of 3, which gives you 12. 4 times -3 is going to be 4 groups of -3, which is -12. -4 times 3 is the opposite of 4 groups of 3, which also will give you -12. And -4 times -3 would give you +12. And we can sum these up into some rules, and the rules simply are, if the signs are the same, the product or quotient is positive. If the signs are different, the product or quotient is negative. So let's go ahead and just answer the following questions this way. When you look at 2 times -7, is your answer going to be positive or negative? Well, the signs are different, so your answer is going to be negative. -4 times -5, the signs are the same. It's going to give you a positive. 6 times 7, both signs are the same. Positive. -8 times 2, signs are different. It's negative. And 8 times -3, signs are different, also negative. Let's go ahead and let's answer these. 2 times -7 would be 2 groups of -7, which would give you -14. -4 times -5 would give you +20. 6 times 7 is 42. -8 times 2 is -16. And 8 times -3 is -24. The parentheses don't mean anything. I was just trying to isolate those numbers. One last bit. Got a couple division problems. Okay, 12 divided by -4. Rules still apply. Signs are different. You're going to divide, and it becomes a negative. 14 divided by -7. Signs are different. We have -2. -27 divided by -9. Signs are the same. It's positive. The reason that you'll see me put these parentheses here is because I don't like those signs bunching up. -9 divided by 3 will give you -3. So check the website, and you'll have a few practice problems for homework.